another episode of Triple Scoop. I'm joined by my dear, dear friends, Tom, Ian, and Chloe. We're going to start with the movie segment today, where we'll be talking about the Mario movie trailer that just dropped recently. We got a little bit of a teaser towards the movie that's coming out very soon. Guys, what were your thoughts on it?
I mean, all I can say is just I'm so excited for this movie. You may know that there was already a live-action version made. I believe it was in the '90s. It was not very good, but seeing the trailer for this one, it's just got me so excited. Like growing up, playing Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros, and all those games on the Wii and GameCube, I'm just so excited.
Let me tell you something right now. If I hear one person complain about Chris Pratt and his acting, and the guy's not sounding like actually Mario, just be quiet. Chris Pratt, he's going to do a good job. You know, do you really want to? And this is one of my friends told me during lunch one time. Do you really want to listen to the guy who voiced Mario in the games? Do you want to hear that for what is it, an hour 30, 2 hours?
Listen. I'm going to be counter to that. So I do in fact have a problem with Chris Pratt being the voice actor because Chris Pratt is not a voice actor. Chris Pratt is Chris Pratt. Now, a lot of people are saying like, oh, you know, I get what you're saying about listening to like a really heavy like Italian Mario voice for an entire like hour and a half, 2 hours. But like, I understand like Mario is canonically like, isn't he from like Brooklyn? Or he's from like Brooklyn, New York. He's a plumber with like an Italian like accent sort of. So I understand like if they're going for that canonical approach. Except it's Chris Pratt. It's Chris Pratt trying to do an accent, but it's still Chris Pratt. Like, Jack Black, on the other hand, is playing Bowser, and Jack Black is a voice actor. And when I first watched the trailer, I forgot that he was Bowser. And when they showed that at the end, I was like, oh my God, that was Jack Black? Because he's a voice actor, and he understands how voice acting works. Chris Pratt is Chris Pratt. Like, you can't... His voice comes through too much, and I can't get Mario from that.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're standing up for Italian rights everywhere. So honestly, I thought the trailer was beautiful. I thought the animation was amazingly well done. I thought that we got a little bit of a glimpse into the star-studded cast. You already brought up Jack Black as Bowser. Keegan-Michael Key made an appearance in the trailer as Toad. So what do we think about some of the casting? We talked about this last year when we discussed the Mario movie, but I would like to hear your guys' opinions on some of the casting choices that they made, other than Chris Pratt.
Other than Chris Pratt.
Well, Jack Black, he does a great job. He's a great actor. Kung Fu Panda. I'm definitely giving him props for that. Seth Rogen, I am so excited for Seth Rogen to act in this movie.
As Donkey Kong will be very exciting. I don't know if you guys saw the old Donkey Kong cartoon. It was a little bit wacky. I think that having a Seth Rogen laugh alongside that kind of
it's gonna be a fun time.
But yeah, continue.
One thing I found out when looking at the cast was that Sebastian Maniscalco, one of my favorite comedians, is going to be playing a character, which kind of stunned me because he's a good comedian, he's a good actor, but I've never seen him in an animated series. So I'm excited to see him in the big screens. I don't know about who's the person playing Peach? I haven't seen her.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, she was in the
Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, the Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of her movies or shows, so I'm excited to see how she does too.
Do you know if she's done any voice acting work before? Or?
I don't know. All I'm familiar about her is from the Queen's Gambit, and her acting in that was phenomenal, but I have no clue what she's like in the voice acting realm. But I'm really hopeful. I really like her as an actress. They didn't show any of Donkey Kong in the trailer, and I was a little bit bummed out about that because I really like Donkey Kong. Isn't Cranky Kong we said was in the
Cranky Kong?
Cranky Kong's in it? That's crazy.
That stunned me.
Yeah, I can't remember the actor's name, but it was like he did a lot of work in SNL. He was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, a lot of other like those sitcom shows they see on prime time. You definitely will recognize the actor or his face, but his voice you may not know. But yeah,
speaking of voices that you may not know, Keegan-Michael Key is Toad. I didn't recognize that it was him.
I didn't recognize that at all.
And same thing with Jack Black. Other than the trailer being absolutely gorgeous,
Oh, it's
we
so
had
cinematic.
some scenes with a group of penguins.
Oh my God!
The penguin
Hold on,
king.
the penguin.
The Penguin King looked like that one kid from the
Pablo
Backyardigans.
from
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Backyardigans.
I can,
Pablo.
yeah, is that his name?
Yeah, he looked
I
just
can
like
never-
Pablo.
I can never get that out of my head.
I was literally watching this. I was like, am I watching the Backyardigans right now? Like, I'm familiar with the Mario series, but I don't remember there being penguins. So when I saw those, I was like, okay, that's a choice.
Now, video game movies historically have not performed as well as their video game counterparts. We've seen it with the old Mario movie. We've seen it with some of the Mortal Kombat movies. Tomb Raider, I don't mean to diss another movie, but the Uncharted movie left a little to be desired. What are your guys' expectations for this Mario movie? Because we've had some recent success. I thought the Sonic movie was watchable, both of the Sonic movies. The second one being better than the first one, obviously. But what are you guys' expectations going into this movie? What are your thoughts? Do we think that we have a good movie on our hands?
So I mean, like for the Sonic movie part, that was like a kind of a mix of live action and animated. Well, the Mario movie, that's full animated, but like you got the modern animation. So like just like from the looks of the trailer, they really did a good job on it. So I'm excited to see like some of the other stuff they got. But like I'm just really excited for this one.
Let me tell you something. They're not making The Godfather here. This is the Mario movie, okay? It's not going to be the greatest movie of all time, but it's going to be a fun movie to
We're
enjoy.
here for Italian rights.
It's going to be a fun movie to enjoy by children and men in their 30s or 40s.
What about me? I'm like 22 years old. Am I not going to enjoy the movie?
You're going to enjoy the movie, but they're going to love the movie.
They're going to love
They're
the
gonna love
movie.
They're going to be like Marvel fans. They're going to be screaming out of their seats. They're
Clapping
going to
when
love
the
it.
movie ends.
Clapping when
I'm
the
gonna
movie
clap when
ends.
There's probably going to be some people like staying to the very, very end, see if there's
Is
like
there a
a
post-credits
end
credits,
scene.
end credits.
Oh, yeah. Mario movie 2.
Listen, we could have another cinematic universe on our hands. I'm pretty sure that Nintendo actually got a studio for this movie. So we might have a new movie studio on our hands.
Oh God.
What do we think about that? Do we want something to accumulate into?
I would like to see like some more like Nintendo related movies. Like I would like to see like some movies like that could be like related to some other like stuff like Luigi's Mansion or just like some like a movie
there
all
was
about
a
Donkey
snippet of something a
Kong.
little scary going on with Luigi. We might get a little.
Oh,
bit of
yeah. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize.
I don't know how long this movie is, but we have a huge cast. We got a ton of characters apparently, so we might have a big movie on our hands, guys. I don't know if they said the screen time yet, but you never know. I hope that we have a good movie on our hands, but we are going to wrap it up and send it on to the next segment. See you guys soon.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to Triple Scoop. I'm joined today by Jack, Sydney, and Bryn. We're going to be talking about a music release that I know Sydney, Bryn, and I are very excited about. Jack, I don't know as much, but we're excited to have a mix of opinions today on the couches. We are going to be talking about Taylor Swift's 10th studio album, Midnights, released this Friday. I'm going to start with the Swifties. Sydney, Bryn, what are your first initial reactions to this release?
I know I really loved this album. I thought it was great. At first, I was a little iffy. Wasn't sure how I was feeling about it after listening to Folklore and Evermore, but I'm really digging this one, can't lie.
I'm definitely a Swiftie, but I did have to get used to the songs a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of them, the first time I wasn't like crazy about them, but there are definitely a few that stuck out, and I was really excited about the release.
Yeah, it's definitely different from what she's been doing the past 2 or 3 years. She's moving from that folk sound that we've kind of really grown to love about Taylor Swift, but now she's moving back into more of a pop synth type of album. So I'll ask Jack, what is your knowledge of Taylor Swift?
I didn't listen to the new album. I did know that she was getting a new album released because I feel like every girl always posted on like their Instagram stories and they're like, oh my God, Taylor Swift, I love her so much. So I know she's really popular, and I've liked some of her old stuff. Like they're very like sing-along-y type songs, like those ones I can get down with, you know. But yeah, other than that, I don't have too many strong opinions. I'm not a huge fan.
Right. Maybe this album will change your mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a listen.
I think the interesting thing about this album is that she's going back to her autobiographical roots. Again, with the past 2 albums, she's been going more into storytelling and fictional stories that she's made up. But the thing about Taylor Swift, I think, is that she is such an effective storyteller, and this album really showcases that.
100%.
It's about her life, it's about just her past few years in her career, and I think it's really exciting to see that. Another interesting thing about this album is we now know it's going to be a visual album, which is very exciting. The Bejeweled music video just dropped. What are your thoughts about that?
I thought it was great. There was 1,000 Easter eggs in it. For anybody that doesn't know what Easter eggs are, it's little hints for possible future things that she's going to drop. So it was filled with those, and I just thought it was a great video.
She's very cryptic.
Yes.
I actually haven't seen that one, but she definitely has foreshadowed a lot about this album, like in a TikTok that she made a while ago. It's actually the cover of like some of the songs, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, she really did create a lot of hype for this album, kind of without doing anything. Again, she's at the top of her game right now, so she can drop things without promoting it, which I think is interesting and really fun for the fans. How do we think she is going to take the rest of this album visually? Where do we think that's going to go?
I don't know. I don't know which video or which song I think is going to be the next video. Do you have any ideas? Anybody? I don't know.
Well, the thing was, we didn't even expect this album to come out. We thought she was going to keep doing the re-recordings of her old albums, but she kind of just dropped this one out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Why did she even start re-recording the old albums?
Oh, we're getting into this. Okay. Well,
it was something with like her producer, right?
Yeah, essentially they took all of her masters and all of the rights to her music, so she is deciding to re-record all of it, and it's become even bigger hits than the initial albums.
Do you like the older ones better or the re-releases?
No, I like the re-releases because it's her music, and that's what's important.
Like genuine.
Yeah. So that's just another fun thing about that. But I don't know. I think the interesting thing about Taylor Swift too is how she has managed to stay relevant. She broke the Spotify record with this album. It's her 10th album. She's 32. For a pop star, that's kind of unheard of, you know?
She's older than I thought she was.
Yeah. She talks a lot about how the industry pushes pop stars out by the time they're, 25, 26. So the fact that she's managed to stay relevant is really impressive, I think. What do we think about that?
I think it has a lot to do with the fan base because, like, when she first kind of blew up, it was all just teenage girls. And those teenage girls have, or maybe not even teenage girls, just like young girls in general. And they've all kind of grown up with her as her albums have evolved. So the things that she's experiencing, like we're all experiencing too. So it's kind of like we're still following her with our own lives. It's just very like relatable. I feel like that's a
Right.
big part of it that keeps us all involved.
I feel like especially when like fans are the same age or around the same age as like the people they're a fan of, they definitely tend to like have more of a connection with them because like they're like going through the same things. So
Yeah.
that makes
Right.
sense.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's weird to think that like I was listening to her in elementary school and just like being able to kind of grow with her music and
Yeah.
just like her even more as I like grew up.
Yeah, I think that's what keeps people coming back. And what she writes about is so universal. Like somehow she knows what I'm feeling. You know, I'm a 20-year-old from New Jersey, but she just knows everything that I feel and what other girls feel. Not even girls, guys. I think, you know, maybe give it a chance and you would find it's really hit your heartstrings, you know?
Yeah, no, she definitely tugs at him sometimes.
Yeah.
Tell me about the red sweater or the red vest or whatever. That
Oh,
was
the
in that
red
one
scarf?
video. The
Yeah.
red scarf,
Well,
yeah.
that's going back to.
I remember when like that album came out and that was like everybody
That
was
was a big
talking
one.
about it.
Yeah.
That was a big Easter egg, right?
She, yeah, like we said, she's very cryptic. She likes to put symbols in that the fans know, and she likes to let people kind of have their own interpretation of that. So I think she's just going to keep doing that for the rest of her albums, just
Yeah.
being really symbolic and cryptic, but also fun. You know, it's fun.
I feel like the rest of her entire life, she already has it all planned out.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I know the songs are gonna go crazy when she gets married, if she has a kid. Like that's a whole new thing to go into.
I don't know. She
right?
might already be married or have a kid. She's very private, very
Yeah, I
secretive.
don't know.
Never
Really?
know.
Like that secretive though? I feel like she's a pretty big star. It'd be hard to hide that.
I don't know. I don't doubt it.
Oh.
I don't put
Yeah.
anything past her at this point, you know?
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know she was in a like 6-year relationship till like a year ago.
Yeah.
Like I thought she was single.
With who?
Joe Alwyn, he is a British actor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Anything he's in that we would know?
You know, not anything.
No.
I think he's in a lot of like Oscar films,
Oh.
which I don't really like, you know,
Watch.
no. So he's in some lesser known things, but he's still very accomplished. One thing I wanted to talk about, because I know Sydney and I really like this one song, Karma. She talks a lot about karma and how everything in her career has led up to this moment. We all know Kanye West is having a little bit of controversy right now. Taylor Swift is having the most successful week of her career. Maybe it is karma. What do we think about that?
I think it's great. I mean, the fact that she has that song, Karma, and it's all coming together. I mean, she is cryptic, she's great, but not even like she couldn't have planned that
No.
herself.
Is that song like about Kanye or just like allude to him?
It's
or
about,
things that
I
are
think,
happening to
Kanye,
him?
about Scooter, about all the people who have wronged her in her life, maybe.
So like most of her songs.
Yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's just such a good album, and it's going to be such a good album. It's not over yet. We are excited to see more. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stream Midnights, and we will see you soon.
Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and like jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him, like he's gotta come home with me. Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly he's all pure love.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to Triple Scoop. I'm Ben DeVito. I'm here with Jack and Chloe, and today I'm going to try and explain to them the new show for Marvel, She-Hulk Attorney at Law. The season finale is tomorrow night, actually. So, before the season finale, I'm going to kind of give them a little explanation of the show so they have some knowledge going into the finale. So, Jennifer Walters, she is She-Hulk, right?
Okay.
Is that the actor or the character?
No, that's the character.
Okay.
The actor is Tatiana Maslany. So anyway,
Whoa. God bless you.
Thank you. So anyway, She-Hulk, her cousin is Bruce Banner, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah. So Bruce
Like Batman?
What?
Batman, right?
Yeah.
That's Bruce Wayne. That's Bruce Wayne.
Sorry.
Bruce Wayne. Okay.
I got confused there. My bad.
So Jennifer Walters, I'm gonna draw her. So this is Jennifer Walters. She's a lawyer, right? Here's her lawyer book. She's a lawyer. I think lawyers have books.
That looks like a ruler. She looks like a mathematician.
I mean, she doesn't have any other limbs.
What school did she graduate from?
UCLA.
Did she go to, oh.
She just moved to LA.
Oh, that's a great song. So anyway, her cousin is Bruce Banner, right? And in the first episode, her origin story, right? She's driving, they're having a good time, just talking.
What car does she drive?
Prius. I don't know how the Hulk fits in a Prius, but it happened.
Okay.
So, they're driving, they get in a car crash. Bruce Banner's blood gets in her bloodstream. She becomes the Hulk now. I don't understand.
That's a little gross.
That's a little graphic.
It's not the worst origin story I've ever heard.
It could have been better. I mean, in the comics, she is shot by the mob and she gets a blood transfusion. So that's a cooler origin story.
So did she instantly turn into the She-Hulk right there? And
So
then
yeah,
start cracking skulls.
She turns into the She-Hulk and then she goes to a bar, as she should.
Does she go as She-Hulk?
No, she goes as herself, and then when a dude hits on her, she turns into She-Hulk. But so then she goes to Mexico with the Hulk. Yeah, it's a little crazy. She goes to Mexico with the Hulk to kind of train how to become She-Hulk, and Bruce Banner's like, it's gonna be a long journey, and
Oh, Bruce Banner didn't die in the car crash?
no, he's alive. So he trains her, but she's already better than him. She's stronger, she's faster, she's just better.
That's not fair.
Was she drunk driving? Is that why she got in the accident?
No, you know what she was doing? She was eating Cheetos with chopsticks. Exactly.
And she was sober.
I think that's worse.
She was
I think
sober?
that's worse than drunk
Yeah,
driving.
yeah,
But anyway,
I would agree.
So now they're on this island, right? Here's the island. That
In
they're on.
Mexico?
Yeah, this is Mexico right there.
Nice.
That looks like Wii Golf. Like, when you play Wii Golf and you putt it into the green and there's the flag standing there. Were they playing golf in She-Hulk? Is there
No,
any
they
golf?
don't play golf, but they play
they
play
play
cards. They
cricket?
play cards.
Oh.
What kind of cards?
I don't know. I think
Go
they're playing
Fish.
Go Fish. Yeah, I mean that's the most basic card game.
I like Go Fish.
But anyway, she's like,
I like
I'm
Goldfish,
done. She's
too.
like, all right, I'm done. I'm already better than you. I'm just gonna. you know."
Really? She said that to him?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I know how to control my anger.
Who does she think she is?
Bruce Banner's
Jennifer
cousin.
Walters. She's Jennifer Walters. So anyway, she goes back to real life. She's able to go back and forth. She doesn't have to get angry because she's quote always angry.
I'm always angry. I relate.
So yeah,
It's
exactly.
relatable content. It's a relatable TV show.
So she goes back to being a lawyer, and then during a court case, a bad girl comes in. Titania. She's the
Titania.
That's her name. Her name is Titania, and she's a superhero influencer.
What kind of superpowers does she have?
She's strong.
Wow.
She can be real.
Whoa.
I love that app.
She's always being real.
I love Be Real.
Wait, so isn't she just She-Hulk?
No. So she's normal. She's like normal Jennifer Walters. She's going about her life. She's at this point when she's coming back home, she's yet to become She-Hulk again because nobody knows. And then in the court, she fights Titania as She-Hulk. She becomes famous.
That sounds like a crazy scene, honestly.
It really wasn't. She comes in, she kicks the door down, and then She-Hulk punches her and she gets arrested. It was, and she was coming from traffic court.
Did she say a good one-liner or anything?
She goes,
"It's time to be real."
No, she says.
Yep.
She was asked. Titania asked her, "Who are you?" She goes, "Jennifer Walters, attorney at law." Wow, what a great catchphrase.
Oh, she's
so
a lawyer.
anyway, so then the next
We don't
episode,
like the show.
We're on episode. No, I'll get to a part that you like. So episode 2 rolls around, and she has to represent the. So she gets hired. Well, she gets fired because she's She-Hulk, and then she gets hired by another law firm, and now she's
She-Hulk.
Because she's She-Hulk, and now she's the head of the superhuman law division at GLK&H. GLK&H.
What's that stand
Justice
for?
League.
No,
Kill.
it's actually like Stan Lee, Kirby, Jack Kirby. Like it's like from the comics or whatever. I don't know what the rest of it stands for.
So you're a big fan.
Huge. So anyway, the next episode comes around and she gets told that she has to represent the Abomination. Big mean guy from the Hulk movie.
Is it like the Abominable Snowman?
No.
What's so abominating about him?
He's got scales. He's scary, right? So that's him.
Those are like spikes more than scales.
He does know. All right. Okay.
Okay.
So she has to, but she's like.
He doesn't look that
He
scary.
looks like a porcupine. I kind of want to give him a hug. He looks
You should have
too
made him
friendly.
frowny.
No, he's got
give
gills
him, like,
too.
the
He's
pointy
like a
eyebrows.
fish. He's like a fish or whatever. I don't know.
Fish?
I don't know. He's got gills. He's like aquatic.
So what does he do?
He's just an evil Hulk, essentially.
Nice.
Why are there so many Hulks?
Because Marvel needs to make characters that are equal to their villains. I don't know. So she's got to represent Abomination, but the problem with that is the Abomination fought the Hulk, and the Hulk is She-Hulk's cousin, so she was kind of upset about it. And in this episode, this is where she meets Megan Thee Stallion. Yes.
Megan.
That's what we've been waiting for.
Megan.
So Megan Thee Stallion is in the show for an episode because a shape-shifting elf is impersonating her, and she sues the elf.
Huh.
What a great show, right? So
I mean,
there's a lot of plot exposition. Right? So we have big. I don't know what I'm drawing here.
Megan? Are you drawing Megan?
No, I'm gonna draw. So this
the
is
queen.
The Stallion.
So this is the Hulk, right? I don't know. That's not the Hulk. I'm a terrible artist. I don't know why I have
You're
a marker.
blocking the white.
That's the Hulk.
What?
Yeah, that's the Hulk.
Looks like an amoeba.
Sure. Well, no, he's in Mexico, see? That's
Amoeba
Mexico.
in Mexico.
So, this plot exposition goes around, and it turns out that a lot of people don't like the She-Hulk, but Daredevil does. Daredevil comes, and they have fun. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
do they have fun with Megan Thee Stallion?
no, Megan Thee Stallion's gone at this point. So they're in a relationship now, but he moved back to New York. This is taking place in LA. But to end it off, everybody hates the She-Hulk. And now we're going into the finale, and now she's got to fight everybody. But that's going to do it for this episode of Triple Scoop. I hope I explained the show well to you.
Yeah, definitely.
You got a good grasp at the show?
No.
Yeah.
All right, that's good to hear. But thanks for watching Triple Scoop, and we'll see you next time.